Hi. How are you? Hope you're doing good. I've had a second day of rest mostly because I was just out of it last night. I couldn't even believe watching the video today from last. I'm just out of it. I've had a bunch of catastrophes that, not catastrophes, but like real life fires in my life that I had to put out, like electricity getting turned off because I just missed paying the bill and things like that. So anyway, I also have, well, I've got a lot of other bill issues. It's one of the problems with my memory. Is it's hard to explain succinctly, but it all adds up to not having a regular, reliable memory, and what that can do to your economics is terrible. I missed a couple payments, and because I didn't transfer money correctly, I have 3 bank accounts that I have to work with. I won't explain that, but because it's not really your business, I'm just telling you to, that's why it's confusing. It's not just one bank account. And I was transferring money and I made a boo-boo, and because of that, I bounced a check. Well, ever since then, that particular utility won't take my check, which I understand, but, like, aren't there other things that you can do? Like, can't you take my check and just not count it as payment until my check actually clears? I mean, anyway, it's crazy. And the thing that this has done is really enlightened me on what people that are on the lowest rung of the ladder suffer. And there are charges out the wazoo everywhere if you are on that edge of making enough money. If you ride that edge economically, there are things that you wouldn't even imagine that if you're riding that edge economically are terribly expensive, like deposits for electricity to be turned back on, in addition to your bill. Deposits for gas to be turned back on, in addition to your bill. And they're ungodly amounts. And together, it's not fair. And in a way it is fair, but in a way it's not fair. Because it's like taking it out on the poorest among us, and that's what's not fair. I'm not saying that it's fair in a right and wrong. You didn't pay your bill, so now you're going to have this deposit so we can make sure to get that money. That's okay. That I could argue that that's not okay, but I could see the justification for that. But what I can't see is the justification when the people that are getting punished with this again and again and again and again and again are the people in our lowest rung of economics. And, it's really terrible. And one of the things that being jobless for the last couple of years has let me understand is what this lower class deals with. Because I am in it now. I'm in the lower class. And I know you wouldn't think of me as that way, but that's just the way it is. I'm not necessarily proud of it, and I am seeking to rectify that situation with a lot of things that I'm doing. And I will be out of it. But it does make it terrible to try to... It's hard to climb out of an economic hole when people keep handing you big rocks. And that's what I mean by those extra charges and stuff. It's really terrible. And anyway, so I've had that stuff to deal with today, and thank goodness I had a day to rest yesterday. And thank goodness I actually didn't get around to making a few payments that I was scheduling in my head to make because this big thing came up today and I had to pay it now in order to get our electricity turned back on. So, and I still have a gas bill to pay that I have some money for, but we also have the rest of the month to run on, and it's just crazy. Also, it's really tight because I had mentioned this before, I think, about my mom's healthcare worker that comes every week. I mean, I have to pay for that and this is wrong. I have to pay for the healthcare worker to come for a 90-day qualification period before my mom's long-term care policy will activate. Even though the doctor will say, yeah, she needs full-time care. So I'm having the healthcare worker come once a week in order to make that happen. Anyway, it's just this big, ugly mess. And they've got this really crazy rule, which is the first week of the healthcare will count as a day per a day. And then the second week and the following weeks, each day of care will count as a week. What? What the heck does that mean? It is very unclear, and it's the kind of traditional loophole baloney that they do so that you can't get your coverage. Now, here's the thing. We have been paying out of Mom. Actually, you could say Mom has been paying since the late 80s. She's been paying for this long-term care policy for us. But honestly, right now, the money that's going for it, because and here's the thing, now she's 95 and the rate keeps going up. We're paying close to $500 a month for the privilege of having this long-term care policy. And I'll be darned, it's direct withdrawal, so I'm not going to stop it because it does have a lot of things in it that Mom would need if she needed a nursing home and that kind of stuff. I certainly don't have the money to cover those things. So it's not but it's $500 a month out of our budget. $500 is a lot of money. So anyway, my rant is over, but I have just had to have a second day of rest because my first one was me going like this. That's just where I was with it, So, and you could tell, I don't know, if you can't tell, look, if you didn't notice, look again at yesterday's video, and I am having a devil of a time getting my mind to focus on anything in particular. And today wasn't much better, but it'll be a little bit better. But at least my back does feel a little bit better. I'm really, I feel extra heavy when I get up, which is just a sign of muscle weakness, mostly in my legs, because they're what kind of measure what my body weighs or doesn't weigh. So if I'm having muscle weakness in my legs, then when I get up, I feel like I'm 5 times heavier than I actually am. And that's the kind of thing that you deal with MS all the time. And listen, it's not a complaint. I'm just trying to explain what it is. Anyway, so that's it. I'm going to cut it off now. I've had my little rant. Thank you for listening. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. It's been such a peachy day. I'm smiling. This is what you do. This is the only thing you can do. And, that's all you can do. You just, because having a bad attitude just makes you feel worse. Honestly, it doesn't help. It does get overwhelming to the point where, you just want to scream or something, but what can you do? You know? So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. You take care of yourself and you take care of each other.